Have you ever sat at your desk and felt like someone was watching you? Or maybe you can't relax on your sofa because something just feels off. Here's what's happening. Your back is exposed and your brain is on high alert. I learned this hard way when I moved my desk to the center of my office. I thought it looked modern and open, but I couldn't focus for more than 10 minutes. I kept turning around, checking behind me, feeling anxious for no reason. There's one simple principle that fixes this uncomfortable feeling in every room, and it's called having a backer. Today I'll show you exactly what this means and how to use it to make your home feel secure and peaceful. A backer is simply having solid support behind you, usually a wall. It sounds basic, but this principle goes deep into how our brains work. Think about it. When early humans sat around a fire, they always put their backs to a rock or cave wall. They needed to see what was coming and know nothing could sneak up from behind. We still have this instinct today. When you sit with your back exposed to open space, your subconscious mind stays alert for threats. You can't fully relax because part of your brain is always on guard duty. This is why you feel more comfortable in a corner booth at a restaurant than at a table in the middle of the room. In Feng Shui, this connects to something called the command position. You want to see the main entrance to the room while having solid support behind you. It's not about a superstition. It's about working with your natural psychology instead of against it. The biggest mistake I see is floating furniture in the middle of rooms. People think it looks sophisticated, but it creates this underlying tension. Your desk floating in the center of your office, your bed in the middle of the bedroom, your sofa facing away from the wall. These setups might look good in magazines, but they make you feel exposed. Let me give you a real example. My friend Mia had her home office set up with her desk in the center of the room, facing a beautiful window. It looked amazing, but she complained about feeling restless and unfocused. She constantly turned around to check if someone was there. The moment we moved her desk so her back was against the wall, she could finally concentrate. Her productivity shot up because her brain wasn't wasting energy on surveillance mode. This affects everything. Your focus suffers because you can't fully engage with your work. Your sleep gets disrupted because you don't feel completely safe. Even your relaxation time feels tense because you are subconsciously on alert. Having a solid backer behind you tells your nervous system it's safe to let your guard down. Let's start with the most common problem I see in home offices. You've got your desk pushed against the wall, facing the wall, with your back to the door. This is a productivity pointer. Every time someone walks by or enters the room, you get startled. Your stress levels stay elevated because you never know what's happening behind you. The back-to-door position is one of the worst things you can do for your focus. Your brain has to split its attention between your work and the monitoring for movement behind you. You'll find yourself turning around constantly, losing your train of thought, feeling jumpy and distracted. Some people even report getting headaches from the constant low-level stress. Here's the best solution. Put your desk against a solid wall, but position it so you are facing into the room. You want to see the door and most of the space, without having that wall supporting your back. This gives you the command position. You can see who's coming, you feel protected from behind, and your brain can finally focus on your work. Now I know what you are thinking. What if your room layout doesn't allow for this ideal setup? Don't worry, there are alternatives that work almost as well. If you have to face a wall, at least angle your desk slightly so you can see the door in your peripheral vision. Even a 30-degree angle makes a huge difference. Mirrors are your secret weapon here. If you can't position your desk to see the door directly, place a small mirror on wall that gives you a view of the entrance. It doesn't have to be big. Even a compact mirror propped up behind your computer screen works. Your brain registers this reflected view as real surveillance, which helps you relax. Your chair matters too. Get one with a high back that extends above your shoulders. This creates an artificial backer even if you can't position against a wall. The chair back acts as a shield, giving your subconscious that sense of protection it craves. Here are some quick wins you can implement today. First, clear the space behind your current desk setup. Even if you can't move the desk immediately, removing clutter from behind you helps reduce that exposed feeling. Second, add a tall plant or bookshelf behind your chair if possible. It doesn't have to be a solid wall. Any vertical element that breaks up the open space behind you will help. Third, check your lighting. If you are backlit by a window, you are creating a silhouette effect that makes you feel more vulnerable. Move your light source to the side or front instead. Finally, if you absolutely can't change your desk position, at least turn your chair around periodically to scan the room behind you. This conscious surveillance satisfies your brain's need to check for threats. The goal is to create a setup where you feel secure and in control. When your back is protected and you can see your surroundings, your stress drops, your focus improves, and work becomes so much easier. Now let's move beyond your office and apply these backer principles to the rest of your home. Your bedroom is where this matters most, because you are at your most vulnerable when you sleep. Your headboard should always be against a solid wall. This isn't just about style, it's about feeling secure enough for deep, restorative sleep. I see so many bedrooms where the bed floats in the middle of the room or sits at an angle with the space behind the headboard. This setup keeps your nervous system slightly activated even while you sleep. You might not consciously notice it, but your sleep quality suffers. Your brain never fully switches off because it's monitoring the exposed space behind you. The worst bedroom mistake is putting your bed with the headboard against a window. Windows feel unstable to your subconscious mind. There's movement outside, changing light, and it doesn't provide that solid support your brain craves. If you have to use a window wall, get a substantial headboard that extends well above the windowsill, or add heavy curtains that stay closed at night. Your living room follows the same rules, especially for your main sitting. Your sofa should have its back against its wall, or at least against a substantial piece of furniture like a console table or bookshelf. When you are watching TV or having conversations, you want to feel relaxed and open, not guarded and tense. I worked with a client who had her sofa floating in the middle of her living room, facing the TV with nothing behind it. She complained that family movie nights felt stressful and no one wanted to sit on the sofa for long. The moment we pushed it back against the wall, the whole energy of the room changed. Suddenly everyone was fighting for the sofa spot instead of choosing the chairs around the walls. For conversation areas, arrange your seating so everyone has some kind of a backup. This might mean putting chairs up to the sofa so people can sit with the sofa behind them, or positioning chairs near walls or large furniture pieces. Even a tall plant behind the chair can work as a psychological backup. Sometimes you can't put every piece against the wall, and that's okay. You can create artificial backups by arranging furniture strategically. A console table behind your sofa works almost as well as a wall. A tall bookshelf positioned behind a reading chair gives that same sense of protection. The key is having something substantial and stable behind you, not just empty space. Here's a trick for open floor plans where walls are limited. Use your largest furniture pieces to create zones with natural backers. Your dining table can back up to your sofa. Your desk can face into the room with a bookshelf behind it. Think of your furniture as creating walls within a larger space. Watch out for these common layout mistakes that leave you feeling exposed. Chairs that face away from the room's entrance make you feel vulnerable. Best positioned where you can't see the bedroom door create subconscious anxiety. Sofas that face windows instead of into the room leave your back exposed to whatever's happening outside. The goal in every room is to create spots where you can relax completely, where you can focus on conversation, work, or rest without a part of your brain staying on guard duty. When you get this right, you'll notice the difference immediately. Rooms feel more comfortable, conversations flow better, and you actually want to spend time in these spaces. Here's what you need to remember. Having solid support behind you isn't just about furniture placement, it's about reducing the subconscious stress that's quietly draining your energy every day. Check 3 main areas in your home. Make sure your desk position lets you see the door with your back protected. Position your bed with the headboard against a solid wall. Arrange your living room seating with backers so everyone can truly relax. These simple changes work with your natural psychology instead of against it. If you want to learn more about Feng Shui principles that actually make sense, you can subscribe my channel